Welcome again. This is the new tutorial. It's about adding a custom object to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are back from the previous tutorial with our project. If you remember, it was called Skyway Mont Blanc. We are in its directory source where the project is, where we have some folders, package sources, the package itself, the package definition, and so on. So to start, we have to go to package sources, model libs, the model lib itself, and we're gonna create a new folder with the name of our new model. Our new model will be well, test model house. Okay, we're gonna create also the texture folder that is shared within all our models. All our models will be in this folder, okay? And okay, we are done for the moment. So let's start Blender. You have to download Blender. I give you the link in the description below to download Blender, but it's very easy. Installation is very easy. It's just a wizard. So open Blender. And if you haven't already done yet, you have to install, this is main window of Blender, you have to install an add-on that is called MFS Toolkit. This is the latest version from Mikea.at. Very good guy. He made some modification to the original MFS Toolkit. This one is the last one. So install this. To install that, you go to File. Where is it? No, it's in Edit Preferences. Go to Add-ons. Let's remove the old one and install. It's in the desktop. MFS Toolkit. Install add-on. Okay, and okay, back. It's 4.2.6. Okay, and now it's enabled. So let's restart Blender to make sure we are working with a good version of the add-on. Let's start Blender. Okay, we don't need this object is a camera, we don't need this, and of course we don't need this light. This is our main object. It's a cube. You can remove that. You can create some new objects. You can of course watch some tutorial on the internet for creating objects in Blender. They are not FS related, but it's about 3D modeling, and they will of course be good for you. Okay, so let's make an house. um, I'm moving the cube above the axis. Now I'm gonna extrude the roof and scale it down to make it pointy. Okay, it's a nice house. I'm gonna scale it a bit. GZ. Oh, it's big this. Okay, it's 6 meter. Okay, it's nice. Let's make the okay, let's give it a material. Okay, a material. Going to the material, I'm gonna call a new material, a standard material, MFS standard. This menu comes with the MFS toolkit. I'm gonna add a texture, so we download the texture, texture.com. I'm gonna download the brick texture. This is a nice site. Everything, oh, this bricks like that. Brick texture, okay. Those are PBR top PBR's texture. Oh, let's bring in this one. It's nice. I'm gonna download the albedo texture and the normal texture, and of course we have a roughness, ambient occlusion, metal, everyone we want. So save it. I'm gonna save those texture in I can pretty much save them everywhere, but I'm gonna save them in the folder, texture folder we have already created. So let's go to where are the MFS projects, Skyway Mont Blanc, package sources, model libs, Skyway Mont Blanc texture, and save the normal one, and of course save the albedo one. Okay, those are TIFFs. Yeah, okay, they will be compiled by Blender. Okay, let's apply the new material. Okay, new material, open the texture folder. we have already created. So let's go back. MFS projects, Skyway Mont Blanc, package sources, model list, Mont Blanc texture, and albedo. Okay, open image. There we go. We can see our texture. Let's do some unwrapping. I'm going really fast here because this is all about modeling, but the tutorial is about putting your objects into Flight Simulator. So press U, reset, yeah, U, reset, so we have our texture here in the model. And go to UV editing, select all, make them visible, rotate 90 degrees, rotate 90 degrees, rotate 90 degrees. Okay, yeah, nice. Okay, I can use the texture even for this. So I'm gonna make you project from view. Okay, yes, scale. Okay, pretty nice. No, perfect. Okay, we can move on and work on that later. Let's add, of course, the normal texture. Yeah, already download. So normal, here it is. Okay, nice. So we can see some little details, more details on our model. Okay, we have our model done. So press A to select all the objects in your scene. Of course, you can add another object. If you add maybe add a cube, add a mesh, another cube. Okay, is there one more cube? Okay. If you don't select anything, there won't be anything exported. So make sure you select everything by selecting with a box or by pressing A. When all the objects are selected, please make sure to press Ctrl A to apply all transformation. This is very important for Flight Simulator. Okay, we have our object selected. We have reset the scale of the object, scale and location of the object to 0. Okay, let's save the Blender file first. So save as in the folder we have just created. Save that and save the Blender file. Okay, file, export again, select all the object with a file, export again, extend in GLTF. Okay, we are in our folder. I'm gonna put in this text box this very text dot slash texture. This is where the compiler will look for our texture. Remember Xbox setting, open MFS properties, generate XML file, and I'm gonna call it the XML file the same way our object is called. So our object .xml, generate UID, please click that, and export GLTF. So back again in our folder, we can see that we have now our Blender file, which can open later. They added our XML that contains our new UID. A BEM file is not, you will not be able to open it, and the GLTF model, which is the model we have just created. If you double click on that, you can see a preview with the Windows visualizer. This is Italian, unable to load 3D models. There can be a problem with our models, but I know what the problem is. The internal visualizer is looking for the texture in this folder, so I'm gonna copy over. Okay, back again. So we're gonna copy the texture, the PNG ones that are created by the exporter, the MFS Toolkit, to our model folder, and then opening the visualizer, we're gonna see our nice model with all its normals, big one and the little one. Okay, so our model is ready to be imported into Flight Simulator. Now, this is my way of doing things. It's not a rule of thumb, but this is how I do things. So let's go into the MFS SDK main folder. Into the tools folder, bin folder, you will find the FS package tool. Copy that into your, what is that? MFS project, Skyway Mont Blanc, into your main project folder. And now you can drag and drop the project file into the MFS package tool. This will open an instance of Microsoft Flight Simulator and do the compilation of your scenery outside the sim. This is very fast to check if there are problems with your file structure, with your models, and everything else before going into the sim. So let's wait, it's about 30 seconds for the start. Don't worry, black window, don't worry. Okay, so let's see what this package has done for us. Is loading our asset groups, starting building the packages, looking for all our shapes, looking into the XML, compiling texture. This is our texture are translated into another format which is DDS texture, and it's compiling, of course, our test models and copying it into the modellib.bgl. We have some errors from the marketplace data. You can ignore this. So at the end, what you should look at the end is it has done something. It does only one thing that has failed, and is the package validation for the marketplace data. So we have a good compilation, and you can press any key to continue, and inside your packages there will be a package that is already done, already ready, already okay to be shared on flightsim.io and so on, to be copied into the community folder. If we go into this, into the scenery folder, we have two folders. The word one, which contains the positioning of your objects in this scene, and the global folder, which contains your modellib.bgl. It's a compiled format. You can open this with the normal tools. And the texture, this please. The texture, which are DDS texture. Okay, so how to place the object into the sim? Very easy. Let's close Blender. Of course, I want to save that. Let's choose texture.com. Go back to our folder here. Packages. What I'm gonna do, and it's my method, is copy that folder to the community folder and start a simulator. Okay, I'm back on the simulator. I load up the place where I want to place my object. Here, make sure you have paused your simulation to avoid crashes. I'm gonna go to Tools, Project Editor, Project Open, and I'm gonna open the Skyway Mont Blanc project. Okay, this is our project. Little arrow, we have polygons, model lib, and the scene, the one we created in the tutorial before. So, to start placing the object, please click on the scene and click View, Inspector, Loading Editor. We don't need the material editor by now. So this is our scene. I previously had an airport, but it's not important for the purpose of this project. We're gonna add a new object. So I'm gonna click on view objects. I add my object here, but you can slide everywhere on the window. Let's wait a bit to load the object. This is gonna go through all our official and community folder, loading all the objects from the various model libs. And now we can search for our test model house and click add to add to the scenery editor. And there it is. So we can look at it. It's nice. Textures are loaded okay. You can of course move it, position everywhere. A nice thing about the new system is that you can edit, once you have loaded the model, you can edit the model from the Blender without reloading the simulator. So if you open our previous project, our test house, is that we want to modify, make the roof a little bit higher. I'm gonna press GZ. It's a little bit higher. Back in object mode, A to select all our object file. Export extended GTLF. Our GLTF, can spell it. Export. So back in the sim, you can see that our object is changed according to the change we have made in Blender. If we move that, it's moving. Okay, and what this is everything you need to know about adding new objects with my home method. I will investigate for other methods. I know for sure that there are, but this is, I think, the best and the fastest and the more sure way to know that your objects and your projects are good to go for compilation. See you next time. Thank you guys for following me. Bye bye.